This is the Gotrax Dolphin 26-inch electric bike, and just looking at it, you can see it's built with a simple, sleek black aluminum frame, nice smooth lines, step-through design that makes it easy to get on and off, and 26-inch wheels, which are pretty much the standard for adult-sized city bikes. When I first took this thing out of the box, I was kind of expecting the assembly to be this long, annoying process, but honestly, it was one of the easier setups I've done. Most of the hard stuff is already together. You just have to put on the handlebars, the front wheel, and the pedals. With the tools they give you, it took me about half an hour, and the instructions are pretty straightforward, even if you've never put a bike together before. From my experience, what stands out about this bike is how user-friendly it feels right from the start. I'm not a hardcore cyclist. I just want something comfortable and reliable for neighborhood rides, errands, or a little exercise. The height-adjustable seat means I can get the fit just right for me, and the handlebars can tilt to exactly where my arms naturally want to be. I'm about 6 foot, and I honestly feel like this bike could work for just about anyone between maybe 5'2" and 6'3", no problem. Let's talk about the key features, since what most people want to know is, how does it actually ride? Under the hood, you've got a 350-watt brushless motor, which is, in simple terms, a decently powerful motor for city areas. It's controlled from a little thumb pad on the handlebar, with simple buttons for power on-off and to choose your assist mode. There's a battery meter right there too. The removable 280.8-watt lithium-ion battery is super practical for city life. You do need a key to pop it out for charging, but I like that because I can just take the battery inside on cold nights or after a long ride. No need to lug the whole bike into my apartment. The bike offers 3 main riding modes. The first is pure electric mode. Just use the throttle and the motor does all the work. This is great if you're feeling lazy or heading up a tough hill, but keep in mind your range will be shorter here, about 15.5 miles if you're only using the motor. Pedal assist mode is where this bike shines. You pedal like a regular bike, but the motor automatically gives you a boost. There are 5 pedal assist levels, ranging from a very light push to really feeling like you have super legs. I started out easy, then cranked it up once I hit a windy stretch down my gravel road, and wow, the difference is clear. On pedal assist level 1, I could get close to 30 miles range before needing to recharge, which is excellent for my weekend rides. Manual mode is just regular old bike riding with no electric help. It honestly rides pretty smooth even without power thanks to the Shimano 7-speed gear system. Shifting is done with a standard thumb shifter. It takes a few minutes to get used to if you're new to geared bikes, but it really helps when you want to pedal up hills or gain a bit more speed on flats. Speaking of speed, this bike maxes out around 20 miles per hour on electric power, which I think is fast enough for most city commutes, but not overwhelming if you're new to e-bikes. From my experience, the acceleration is really smooth and predictable. You won't get yanked off when you hit the throttle, but it's got enough power to get you going quickly from a stop. I found myself cruising comfortably between 16 to 19 miles per hour, depending on the terrain, and even on slight hills. The motor keeps things moving without stress. Comfort is another big plus for the Gotrax Dolphin. It comes with this front suspension fork, which is just a fancy way of saying it's got a shock absorber for your hands. Bumpy roads, cracks in the sidewalk, or a bit of light gravel are no big deal. The bike just soaks up those vibrations. The seat is nice and wide, with enough cushion that I haven't felt sore after any of my 10 or 15-mile rides. I also think it helps that the bike is built sturdy, but not overly heavy, just under 49 pounds. That's heavier than a regular bike, but pretty typical for an e-bike with this kind of range and power. One thing I was a bit worried about was the brakes, because on a heavier bike with electric boost, good brakes really matter. The Gotrax Dolphin uses dual disc brakes, which give you a lot of control and stopping power even if you're rolling fast or the roads are wet from rain or melting snow. From my experience, the brakes grab quickly, but not too abruptly, so I always feel in control. I like that there are reflectors built in front and rear, and there's even a classic little bell on the handlebars. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done. I know some people care about color and personal style, and this bike only comes in black. I've seen some in purple too, but not many options. For me, the black frame looks sharp and city-ready, but if you want more colors, that could be a downside. A couple of things I didn't love. The charging time for the battery is about 5 to 5.5 hours if it's totally empty. That's not a huge deal for me, but if you forget to plug it in overnight, you might be stuck waiting a while before your next ride. The app, in my opinion, is not really necessary and can be a bit buggy, but the main controls are all right there on the handlebar, and I've never felt like I needed to use my phone to ride. Also, at almost 49 pounds, it's not something I'd want to carry up a lot of stairs, but it's still light enough to manage for most people when you need to move it around. As for durability and maintenance, so far so good. I've ridden through puddles, over gravel, and along some pretty rough back roads. I always wipe it down when I get home, and the aluminum alloy frame seems to stand up to the elements really well. The removable battery is probably my favorite part for making life easy. It also means I can swap in a spare if I want to ride longer without waiting to recharge. From my experience, it's perfect for beginners to e-bikes, daily commuters, or even someone like me who just wants a bit of extra distance and fun without worrying about getting stuck far from home. It's not designed for mountain trails or extreme sports, but for city rides, paved paths, and regular gravel roads, it checks all the boxes. In conclusion, I'd recommend this for anyone looking for a practical, easy-to-use, and comfortable electric bike for getting around town, handling some basic errands, or just adding a bit more fun to their daily routine. The Gotrax Dolphin 26-inch electric bike delivers solid power, great range with pedal assist, and comfort that makes every ride enjoyable. Assembly is simple, maintenance is easy, and the price point, compared to some other e-bikes I've seen, feels fair for what you're getting. I'm happy with my purchase and looking forward to putting a lot more miles on it as the weather warms up. You can find detailed information about the Gotrax Dolphin 26-inch electric bike in the comments section. See you in the next video.